Hey, everybody. My name is Dana, and you are at Epilepsy Today. So today I thought what we would do is something more of like a Q&A for epilepsy. A lot of people ask questions, so I figured I'd take this and answer them. One of the first thing is, what is epilepsy? Epilepsy is a neurological disorder characterized by reoccurring unprovoked seizures. It is a condition that affects the brain. Electrical activity causes a sudden burst of electrical signs that disrupts the normal brain function. Pretty simple, isn't it? Now, I know that I was corrected and somebody said the name has been changed on grand mals and they're no longer grand mals. They're tonic-clonics. I'm sorry. I grew up with epilepsy. We've always referred it to as a grand mal. It's a grand mal. I'm 60 years old. I'm not changing what it's called. If they want to change the name for some reason, they can do that. But it's still a grand mal, in my opinion, because that's what I lived with. That's what I've had, and I'm not changing now. So, what causes epilepsy? There are many potential causes of epilepsy, including genetic factors, head injuries, which was mine, brain infections, strokes, and developmental disorders. In some cases, that cause is an unknown cause. So, what are the different types of seizures that a person can have? Seizures are generally classified into two main types: the focal and generalized. A focal seizure is originated in one area of the brain and can cause motor, sensory, or autonomic symptoms. Generalized seizures affect both sides of the brain and include types like tonic-clonic, formerly known as grand mal, there you go, absent forming, known as petit mal, and myoclonic seizures. Well, see, I don't have them on both sides of my brain. My injury is due to the left side over here. I hit like right back, right here. I used to have I have pressure on the brain right here. And I have talked about, some type of brain surgery, but they say don't fix what's not broke. I'm on medicine, it's stabilized. But like I said, I have grand mals at times. I haven't had grand mal in a long time, but mine occurs only when I sleep, which is interesting in itself. So now at the age I'm at, when I'm going through a seizure, it's kind of different than it was before. I'm aware, and I actually can stop it. It's kind of weird, and it's hard to really explain. I'll be asleep. I'll go to sleep. Something weird to happen. It feels like something is the sheet. I don't know. It's kind of like the sheets are like over me, or I get this weird feeling. But when I look, there's nothing there. And I'll wake up and I'll be shaking, and I'll just push myself right out of it. And it's just a different euphoric feeling that is happening. Now, how is epilepsy diagnosed? Well, epilepsy is diagnosed through a combination of medical history, physical exams, tests, such as an EEG. My last EEG I got showed that my brain was triggering a epileptic form charge every 10 minutes. But for some reason, my body fights it off. So you have EEGs or you have an MRI. Now, this is to look for structural abnormalities and sometimes blood tests to identify underlying conditions. So, how do you treat epilepsy and what treatments are available? Well, treatments for epilepsy often includes epileptic medicine. Anti-epileptic medicine is what they would call it, which would control the seizures. In some case, surgery, ketogenic diets, or nerve stimulation devices may be recommended. Now, one thing I have found is that this new diet or lifestyle change that I'm on, I'm an 80-20 vegan, and it has massively improved my condition, massively. I eat 80% of the time I eat plant-based. It's kind of like pescatarian, everybody says. And then 20% of the time I eat fish. Fish is amazing for epilepsy. So I've heard about these nerve stimulation devices. The nerve stimulation devices, they have been recommended to certain people. I don't know. I know that Dilantin and phenobarbital is working very, very well for me. So my healthcare provider we have talked about it. And this treatment plan I've been on since I was 9 years old. So we're not going to try to fix it. Here's a big one. Can epilepsy be cured? While there is no cure for epilepsy at all, many people can achieve seizure control with appropriate treatment. Some individuals may even become seizure-free over time, especially if they haven't had a seizure for several years, and then the doctor decides to taper them off medicine. How can someone with epilepsy stay safe during a seizure? First of all, let me say this, and every person out there with epilepsy will tell you this. If I fall down and I have a seizure, do not call 911. Just let me have my seizure. Let me get over it. I'll stand up. I'll be fine, and we'll move on with our day. Do not cause me, or we do not want a heavy hospital bill because somebody said, well, and I understand people get scared, think that that's what they need to do. But any person who has epilepsy, they will wake up and go, why did you do that? So just make sure that person is safe. Here are some tips. Stay calm, track the time, move harmful objects out of the way to prevent any energy, place something soft under the person's head. I don't know if you will ever get that close, and they're normally open over in 15 to 30 seconds. So, I mean, you might have a 2-minute person that has a seizure. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but they are quick. Turn them on their side. I don't know about that. Keep the airway clear. You know, I think that's an old wives' tale. The only thing that happens is that your tongue flops around and you just we bite the crap out of our tongue. But other than that, I don't have anything that obstructs my airway. Don't put anything in their mouth. Don't ever put anything in my mouth when I have a seizure, please. Just leave me alone. Stay with them until they recover. There you go. Or when medical help arrives, no, oh nay on the medical. If the seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, then call 911. Is it safe for people with epilepsy to drive? Interesting. I have my driver's license. I drive. Driving laws for people with epilepsy vary by the location. Typically, individuals must be seizure-free for a certain period, often 6 months to a year, and have medical clearance to drive. It's essential to follow local regulation and consult with a healthcare provider. Now, on top of this, if you are a person that has nocturnal epilepsy and your seizures occur only when you're sleeping and you've never had one when you're awake, there is no reason at all that you cannot drive. To have your license pulled from you when you have nocturnal epilepsy is absolutely outrageous. Now, here's another question. Can lifestyle changes help make epilepsy, to manage epilepsy? Definitely, that's yes. Lifestyle changes can help manage epilepsy. These changes would include getting regular sleep, don't get stressed out, eating a balanced diet, and avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. Why would you need to take recreational drugs, people? If you're like me, we are on recreational drugs. You know how many people want to know how high I am? You're high. No, I am just on medication that makes me relax. Also, follow a consistent medical schedule. Now, finally, how can friends and family support someone with epilepsy? Well, support from friends and family is invaluable. It is. They can help by learning about epilepsy and seizures first, learning first aid, which all my kids know, offering emotional support and understanding, encouraging adherence to treatment plans, helping to avoid seizure triggers, being prepared to assist during a seizure. No. I used to tell my kids this, and I can tell this joke, and probably the only people that are going to laugh are people that are watching this that have epilepsy. I used to tell my kids, hey, go get some ice cream. Put some milk in it. Put a top on it. Whenever you want a milkshake, wait till your dad goes to sleep, has a seizure, put the glass in my hand. You'll have a milkshake. Now, a lot of y'all are going, oh, man. But I guarantee you there's some people with epilepsy and that have seizures that are laughing their heads off because we can joke about it. Now, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that I did answer some questions about epilepsy. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave comments below, and I'll do my best to answer all of them and do future videos. If you have any suggestions or ideas of what you would like to see a video on, drop that as well. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Epilepsy Today. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. I'm Dana. I'm out.